Well, I've been looking at the steering wheel, and you know, I thought about making a custom one. I had made a custom wheel for the old number 27, but this dish shape works pretty good. You know, keeps my hand away from the dash. So I want to try to make it look a little more vintage looking, not quite so modern. So what I thought I'd do is take some aluminum, and I'm going to overlay a few pieces here. So these will be aluminum. Then I'll end up painting this, the chrome part here. I'll paint that a dark color. These will be aluminum, probably polished, and I'll do something here, maybe a piece of aluminum. But and then I'm going to wrap this in this butcher twine, probably a couple of layers all the way around. Then I'll put some varnish on it, and hopefully that'll give it kind of a vintage feel without getting into too much trouble here. So I made these little patterns, which I'm going to transfer onto the aluminum and cut them out. Then I'm gonna put them on with these little acorn nuts. It's like an 832 by a quarter. Okay, so I'm gonna trace these. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I got to cut these with the bandsaw and then shape them with the disc. Okay, so I'm going to cut these. You know, I could cut them with the tin snip. It cuts pretty easy, but it's fast with the bandsaw. Kind of archaic, but it works. Alright, so there I have my three pieces. Let's clean these up. So I finessed these to shape, and they fit good now. So I'm going to drill some holes and bolt them on there. And little by little, this will take on a kind of a vintage feel, I hope. Alright, well, it doesn't look vintage yet, but it's getting there. It's starting to take shape. Gotta put this one on and keep working it. Alright, so I finished painting the center here. I used a gray color, kind of a charcoal that I had. I think I want to go black or the body color once I get there, but for now this will work. And then these will go in here like this. But anyway, right now I'm working on wrapping individual string around each of these spokes, so that as I come around I can loop and go around the spoke a couple times and then keep going, and then this will look to be continuous. So it takes 30 of these strings to go this width, so I'm just laying them on there individually. I put contact cement down, and it's wet right now, so they don't have any problem sticking. So this one turned out pretty good. That was my first attempt. So later I'll put varnish on the string. Now maybe I'll add a little bit of tint to it so it's a kind of a tan or a dark tan. But then I'll varnish that a couple of times, so that I think will look kind of vintage. Not sure if these are going to look right yet, but little by little we'll figure it out. So right now I just want to put these on. So this was an idea I had to try to make this look vintage. So shoot, I don't know. It might or might not. I thought about cutting these down, just grinding on this till they were this size, but I don't know. That seems like a lot of extra work. When I did the steering wheel on old number 27, I used, it was like a 1/4 inch thick leather strips. And it was quite a challenge. It took me 2 weeks to lace that thing up in the way I wanted it. So you end up working with a lot of different things when you're building a cyclocart. Okay, string number 30. Trim them off when I get here. As I wrap around, I'll come over all these ends and capture those. Okay, I think that'll work. So now I got to do this one. Here's a little test area I did where I wrapped it around. That looks pretty good. One more. Alright, so that's looking okay, I think. So I'm going to set up to start wrapping this around. I'll take out this tape. This was just there for the glue's sake. Then I'll start wrapping and we'll see how it comes out. So I've been experimenting with this thing a little bit. I was going to start wrapping around and then go around this while I was going, just keep on going. But this string, it's pretty easy to start and stop, you know, anywhere I want, because you can tuck it under or you can glue it down. So what I decided to do is focus on wrapping each individual spoke. Then I'll start here and wrap in between. And then, you know, wherever I tuck it underneath, I'm going to varnish over it. So this didn't turn out too bad. I figured out that much string would wrap it nicely. So I still have the other two to do. And once I get those wrapped, then I'll wrap in between. So what I did is I put some contact cement around here and here and here, and then I just wrapped it until it was done. So it didn't turn out too bad. It'll look all right once I finish it up. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this one. Okay, so once I have a good start here, then I can start going around the spoke. And I figured out I'd go around it a few times. 4 or 5 times before I start working the other side. I'll end up wrapping it quite a few times before I'm done, so if it doesn't look good the first couple times around, that's okay. So I've gone 4 times around now. I'll kind of come back up towards me, filling it in. Alright, well, I got the spokes all wrapped here, so now I'm going to set up to go in between, probably a couple times around. Over and back might do it. So I'm looking forward to finishing that and trying this varnish thing. Alright. When I started on my quest to make this modern wheel look kind of vintage, I really didn't have everything figured out. I knew I wanted to wrap this and have, kind of a varnished string type of wrapping. And then I thought I could come up with something aluminum, natural aluminum color, real basic, kind of mechanical looking here. So I'm hoping when I get this all done, it'll inspire me to come up with that. So now I'm going to get on to wrapping these. I'm looking forward to getting this finished up.